Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. We were just speaking about agricultural innovation and now we're shifting to culinary artistry. Joining me this morning is Chef Lecturer Vergiss Lovelace and Head Student Chef Crysani. Henry, they are the visionaries behind Four Cities, One Table, a Moonlight Soiree, an immersive dining event blending artistry, local flavors, and high-end culinary theater. Good morning and welcome to you both.
Good morning. Morning.
Now, can you briefly introduce to us your roles at THTI, especially in relation to the student dinner series? I know it's packed with there was Spain,
Yes.
and prior to that there was New Zealand, I believe.
Peru.
Was Peru, right?
Yes.
So now we're on to China.
Yes.
So just give us a bit of insight of what your role is, especially in this series.
Well, I am the executive chef of the upcoming China dinner, and as a second year student, my role basically is to, indulge in all that I've learned throughout the semester and bring it into this dinner to ensure that, it's a successful event for customers.
And I'm Chef Vergiss Lovelace, and I'm the lecturer in charge of the dinner. I'm here to oversee and ensure that everything that was taught throughout the last year and a half is done.
Now, for those tuning in for the first time, can you briefly highlight to them what is the THTI Student Dinner Series and what does it aim to accomplish?
Well, the dinners is designed to, we looked at countries, because firstly we look at food culture and how we eat and throughout the world globally. We look at global food, and we try to encourage the students and encourage the participants throughout Tobago or the Caribbean to indulge in different types of food at the school itself.
So it's just about ensuring that Tobago, and not only just Tobago, or chefs are indulging in culinary cuisine that is not native to the island of Tobago and gives them that wider exposure and gives them more experience in their field of study.
Yeah.
Now, the upcoming dinner is called China, Four Cities, One Table, and Moonlight Soiree. That sounds very interesting. I want you to walk us through, Crysani, some of the signature dishes guests can expect on the menu.
Well, there are a lot of food items, but the main dishes are the hot pot, the Peking duck. You can expect scallion pancakes as well as lemon meringue tarts.
Awesome. So how did you go about balancing authenticity with creativity while preparing a Chinese-inspired menu here in Tobago? Now, I know some of the ingredients would not be readily available. How did you substitute or go about doing your research to ensure that when you are preparing these dishes, they are as close to the original as possible?
As Chef said, with their culture, they use a lot of scallions. We have available scallions right here, and they also use ginger. Say, for instance, in the hot pot, they typically save that meal for last, but we place it at the front because the first city we are venturing into is Beijing, and Beijing is known for its hot pot as, one of their main dishes.
Awesome. So we spoke about ingredients. Now we're going to talk about the cultural elements that some of the students, I'm sure that you will have sous chef and other assistants with you in the kitchen. What are some of the cultural elements the students had to learn to bring this menu to life?
Well, in our class, it has a lot of different personalities, and everybody likes different things. So say, for instance, I have a person doing desserts. She's into art, and we have stencils made specifically for her to, do Chinese letters or even a dragon. We're going to bring a dragon into the food. And also for different things like the fish. Chef journeyed to China before, so we use what they saw, what they created, and we are doing a replica of that. dish.
I'm sure that is going to be interesting when the guests see the dragon. I know that is one of the elements that is synonymously known in China. You see the dragon, especially when they have the dances and the costume, the dragon is the main face. So I know that will be something very interesting and something good to look forward to. Now, Crysani, as head chef, what has it been like leading your team through this entire experience?
I can't say that it was all good because we had all rough patches, you know. As I said, different personalities, they might clash when you put someone to work with another person. But through it all, we made it this far, and I could say that everybody is working well together now, especially the dinner is so soon. And for me, it was interesting to say because I have a lot of paperwork to go through, assigning different tasks to everyone, and I myself have a lot of work to do. Say, for instance, in decorations, I am creating different items to display on the walls, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yes, I can tell based on your facial expressions and the enthusiasm that you have going about this entire experience. Now, Chef Lovelace, you're the lecturer, and I know you are imparting your knowledge on the young one. She says she's in your second year, right?
Yeah.
How has it been like observing the growth of the students?
Well, we would have course parts like in their first semester. And now you look at them now at coming to the end and you're looking at the growth and you're actually looking at persons who couldn't hold a knife. They actually holding the knife properly. They're cutting the dice, they're cutting everything that you ask of them now, even to understand recipe costing and everything, they would have been taught at the first semester. And now they actually put it into practice now at the end. So you're saying, well, yes, you're literally seeing that growth curve in them.
And it's always interesting to see how things go from theory to practice.
Definitely.
Because it's always easy to talk and sit down behind a book and read and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. But when it's time for implementation or to practice this, it's a completely different realm. And sometimes you realize you enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially sometimes theory can be a bit daunting.
It's so true.
Yes, so now that you have the opportunity as students to dive into that and implement and practice all that you have learned, you see the excitement and you see the joy, and it's like, yes, I really want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Now, the title references a Moonlight Soiree. Now, what kind of ambience or dining experience can guests look forward to or expect on the night based on this theme?
Well, China is big on family. So the main dining experience a person could get is the communal style. You know, everything is coming out in, well, say 10-minute intervals. You know, they could wait, have a while to eat the next dish. And the stories behind it are based on the festival. So as you know, the Dragon Boat Festival, the Light Festival, the Mountain Festival, and the Light Festival in particular, you know, will bring a warm environment, especially under the moonlight, soiree. Yeah.
And you're seeing how the research and all that you have learned about China is coming together, because when you do hear about China and when you look at their family structure, they are very cohesive, they're very together. And when you look at some of the restaurants that they have there as well, it's always a round table filled with family. There's the food in the middle and everyone is taking out with their chopsticks and they're enjoying and they're embracing that time together as family. So it's really amazing and it's commendable that you have included that as part of the China experience. And I know the persons who are listening and are intending to go, they are intrigued by this. Now, what makes this dinner not just a meal, but a full culinary experience for guests? Now, I know we spoke about the communal style. Yeah. What else is there that makes this China experience one that you have to attend?
Well, during the month of May to June, I would have visited China. And when you looked at the China community or the Chinese community and you look at how they eat and how they relate to food itself, we try to bring this to the dinner on Saturday night. So we want persons to come out and really enjoy. It's like a passport. You will be in China that night.
Now I know, especially with Chinese food, and not only just their food in terms of the medicinal properties with some of the food
Yeah.
that they use. I know they are heavy on that, especially when you hear things like ginseng. I know you spoke about the ginger already. I know, especially as you said, you're bringing that experience here to Tobago while they're enjoying this dining experience. And I am curious to see how all of that plays out because, as you said, they relate to food a lot differently than we do. They look at their food as their medicine.
Definitely.
Now, can you share with us the final event details, the date, time, location, and how persons can secure reservations?
This Saturday on the 29th, we are beginning at 6:30 p.m. You have to be on time, and we end at 9. For the location, we are at Mountain George, Blenheim Street, at Top of the Mill Restaurant. It's $3.50 per person, and children under 12 is half price.
Now, chef, lecturer, I'm putting this question to you and Crysani. What else would you like to share with the public about this event to encourage them to come out to support our students?
Honestly, the students they have worked really hard on this from the month of September to now. So every week we keep planning and keep working at it, and then it would have been since they started school a year ago. So I want people to come out and support them, especially because these are the young chefs of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, and plus the world also too. And they really want to showcase themselves to the public to show exactly what the school has to offer and what they have to offer also too.
And you, Crysani?
Well, I could say to be on time. You can't only enjoy the food. There will be the decorations, the music, and we have entertainment periods, especially at the end, where we have a lantern lighting session.
Oh, that is so awesome. I know we usually see these things on TV, but being able to actually experience that in the culinary experience, that would be really nice as well. Okay, awesome. So absolutely fascinating. Tobago is in for an elevated dining experience like no other. I want to thank you, Chef Lovelace and Chef Henry, for giving us a taste of what's to come. And up next, we shift gears from the culinary stage to a bit of events on the water, in the sunset. So I want you to stay tuned and we'll take a break and we'll be right back with that.